Hi, it's Mr. Baumgarten here with the first video from the unit on using Python for images, memes, and face filters. So I've got my Python projects folder here, which has the test file from when I got Visual Studio Code up and running in it. And I'm going to right click in this folder and say open with code. And that's just going to open up my Visual Studio Code to look like this. Now, the important thing about opening code this way is I've opened the folder rather than an individual file, and this will be important later on because otherwise when we go to save and edit files such as the photos that we create, it'll stick them in some random folder elsewhere. But if you open Visual Studio Code by folder, so the way to do it from within the program is instead of open file, go to open folder, and then navigate to the folder that's got your work in it that way and select that folder. Right, and that will open Visual Studio Code in the way that you need for it to work. And you know that you've done it correctly because you'll have this sidebar. So now I can create a new file, and I'm going to call this lesson 1. Now, by default, right, I don't get my syntax highlighting. So what I tend to do is as soon as I create a new file, I save it straight away so that I'm telling Visual Studio Code that this will be a Python file. So I'm going to call this lesson 1 and I'm going to stick a .py on the end of that. And you'll see that I get my syntax highlighting straight away. So now I can create a Python program and the syntax will come up and help me out. So I need to install my libraries. So from pil import image and import image tools. Now if you haven't already run the installs for these, let's quickly do that. So we can do it from the terminal here, or I can go to the Windows menu, type CMD and open up a command prompt and do it from here. They're both exactly the same thing. So if I type pip install --user, and that the reason for the --user is just simply because of a permissions problem installing this on your school laptops. So if I now say pillow with a capital P and then image, capital I, tools with capital T, made, capital M, and easy, capital E, hit enter on that. This will go off to the internet and download the files that I need. All right. I've already got them, so it's saying that the requirements are already satisfied, but it might take you a minute or two. Once you're done with that, you can just type in exit and that window will close. From there, let's get this thing taking a photo with the camera. So I'm going to say camera equals image tools dot camera. So by having saved this as a Python file already, as I start typing, Visual Studio Code will come up and give you all the little hints of the different options that are available along the way. So it can be quite helpful. So camera, open and close brackets. So this creates a camera variable, which I'm now going to use to take a photo, and I'm going to save it into the photo into a variable called image. So use the camera, and you'll see as soon as I put the dot in, that I've got here a take photo function. So, but it's a function, so it needs the round brackets, which Visual Studio Code won't put in for you automatically. Once I've taken the image, again, here's all the different things we can do with images that we're going to learn about. I want to use the save command, and I'm going to save this as my first photo.jpg, and then comma, and here I say JPEG, but with the E, JPEG. So this is the name of the file that I want to save it, and then this is a code to tell the image system within Python what format to put into that file. So obviously they're both going to be JPEGs, but if I just put JPG here, it won't work. It won't recognize it as a valid code. And in addition to saving it, let's also have Python show it to us. So open up a window that shows the photo. So I can now go to File and Save, and then I can right click in my program, go to Run Python File in Terminal and smile. There we go. I've got my first photo. Very bad photo at that. Let's close that down. And you can see here I've got a My First Photo JPEG file in the folder. Or if you look in your Windows Explorer, you'll see that the photo is sitting there, which we can now delete. Okay, so that's your camera up and running. I can now carry on with the rest of the lesson, save things as JPEGs, open other image files, and learn how all the different filters and everything else works. So this should be enough for you to get up and running. This is Mr. Baumgarten signing out.